Hello everyone and welcome to the session. Today we're going to listen to the experience of Gulnar Absalamova, who is the CEO at WTeam. We will learn more about how you can succeed in launching and building your own startup. But firstly, I would like to show you today's agenda. The duration of the webinar will take about 100 minutes. 1 hour we will be listening to the material our speaker has already prepared for us. We want to hear from you, so while half an hour discussion, feel free to write all of your questions in the chat below. We tend to benefit people all over the world and do more of what we can. So let's start. My name is Nurlana Mollaeva. I am the community manager at GUP and the third-year student of Azerbaijan State Oil and Industrial University. The webinar is hosted by GUP, which is community-driven open source accelerator. At GUP, we are building next generation community and structure and index the data flow within it. The webinar is co-hosted by our partner Expertech and its founder Vurgun Hacıyev, and he is one of the team leads here at GUP. If you want to be a part of the community, you may find us in these social media platforms, and you are very welcome once you fit. Our sponsor today is All My Taxes, and we appreciate their constant support. It's important to remember the code of conduct. We communicate here only in English. Our goal is to collaborate. It means learn, benefit, and contribute. We are equal here despite our roles and personal accomplishments. And there are no marketing, selling activities here, and there is non-competitive environment here. Let's take our traditional photo shoot to add it further to our memory book. Please turn on your cameras in order to capture the moment. Please smile. Yeah, got it. I hope you will benefit the webinar, and I'd be happy to give a floor to our speaker, Gulnar. Good luck, and you can share.
Okay, today Tral will share his screen and I'll present. Because I have little bit problem with sharing my screen via Zoom. But
can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry for the problem, guys. Okay. Okay, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon or good morning. I have to say that I am so happy and excited to be here and share my experience with you guys. Hope this session will be helpful for you. I am Gulnar from WTeam team. I've been working in this startup world since 2017. I am co-founder and chief business development officer at the Vasco, first smart waste management system in Caucasus region. And finally, right now, I am founder and CEO of WTeam. Today, I'd like to talk about 4 main topics. What is WTeam? How to build product, startup metrics, and funding. Let's talk about the WTeam. WTeam is virtual office for remote and distributed teams. I have to say that we build and launch WTeam during the tough time. I mean, we build and launch WTeam during the pandemic, even lockdown. And why we decided to build WTeam? During the pandemic, we faced and saw huge problem on communication and collaboration market. So just for simple team communication and collaboration, people have to use more than 5 applications, and these tools have huge friction even in simple use cases. It causes teams to feel slower and less collaborative, unproductive, and even more alone. That's why we launched WTeam to help team communicate faster, collaborate faster, build closeness, combat loneliness by putting the best parts of Office online. But I don't want to talk more about the WTeam. I just want to talk about how we build and launch a product and what does this process look like and what should you pay attention to. And okay, let's talk about how we can build your own product. In this stage, you should know that product building process is divided into the 3 different phases. First one is called a fake product phase. Second one is MVP. Third one is final product phase. And what does it mean, fake product phase? During the fake product phase, you just need to create non-functional product. I mean, you don't need to write code or hire any people or spend more time to build your product. You just need to create simple illustration of your product. I mean, to explain what's your idea and how will it work. For this, you can make prototype or build simple landing page or make any video. Also, you can use some PowerPoint slides, whatever you want. And I've added some tools here that helps you to create your first fake product without spending any money. And for example, we use Adobe XD to create some page about our product design and workflow, and then by combining this page, he created our product demo video, and then we can easily explain our idea to our potential user. In this way, everything was going well. We got great feedback from them, and I have leave the link there that you can learn how to use XD prototype functionality. And another example I want to give you from well-known company Doordash. As you know, Doordash is a startup that provides delivering and takeout services from restaurants, and they saw a huge gap in the delivery service of the restaurants. Of course, as every entrepreneur, they wanted to solve this problem, but they didn't rush to build their product. First, they built fake product phase, fake product to see user reaction and how it's important to solve this problem for this sector. And they just created simple landing page, and this day they got their first order. And okay, you successfully passed your fake product phase, and now it's time to build MVP. What's the MVP? MVP has just those features that allow the product to be functional and no more. You should be embraced to show it to people. The primary benefit of an MVP is you can gain understanding about your customer interest in your product without fully developing the product. I think this picture can explain how should be your MVP. Now you can see our MVP. As you can see, our MVP didn't not have great UX, UI, and we have just one integration. Our video conferencing was started in 3 minutes later, and we have low quality of screen sharing and etc. And so, just assuming that you did great job in your fake product phase and MVP, you got lots of positive feedback. People cannot wait to use your product. It means that it is time to launch your final product. This phase is called final product phase, and it's your beautiful product that you want everyone to see and you are very proud of. And here is, you can see our final product here. We've changed our UX, UI, we've added more integration. Our video call start within a second, and there is no any issues in our product. All these 3 phases help you test your product and learn people's thoughts and interests. Let's talk about how you can test your product beyond building the product. Two things you have considered. First, do not wait too much time to test your product. Second, you have to start test your idea product from day one. I don't mean that testing your product functionality. I mean that test your solution. Do people need that? Or how many people need that? And is it right time to build your product or not? Do people really care about this problem? You have to know all about this. You can start test with your teammates and the team and your friends, and then your friend network, or last step you have to test with people who don't know them. And for cheaper testing, I already gave some example on fake product phase, but here I want to give additional information. How can test your product with as many as people? First, buy domain addresses from GoDaddy or Namecheap.com and create simple website by using website builder like as Wix.com, Unbounce, and even you can promote your website with small amount of money on the Google. For example, we can give we can give example from Doordash, and also you can launch your product on different biggest startup hubs for free. For example, Product Hunt, India Hackers, Beta Page, and etc. This type of start platforms have a lot of tech-savvy user. You can find here you can find there your early adopters, and who will be your first customer. But more importantly, you have to find measure of your product metrics and in all your journey. And I'd like to give example from Product Hunt website to share and discover new products. It has millions of users. So with Product Hunt, you have chance to show off your product to millions of founders, investors, reporters, and makers for free. If you can finish the day with highest number of upvotes, Product Hunt will include your product in its email and will tweet about your product. That means thousands of people will hear about it, visit your website, and will check out your product. So you did all of this successfully. Congratulations. It is time to grow your product. For growing, you have to scale your product. And how we can scale our product? For this stage, you have to set and measure your product metric. And wait, what's the product metric? Product metrics are quantifiable data points that businesses tracks and analyze to measure the success of their product. And let's check this table for better understanding. For example, the valuable metrics for Airbnb is number of booking or stays during the 1 year. And for Instagram, this metrics is daily active user. And for WTeam, this metrics is how many time our users spend on our one-on-one call. And you have to find your own metrics and improve these numbers. Okay, just assuming that you set the metrics and improve these numbers, and after a while you will need to expand your team, you will need to service better to your audience. You have to do something faster than your competitors. For all of this, you have to raise funding. And how we can raise the money? There are 4 ways to raise the money: friends and family, angel investor, incubators and accelerators, and VC. You can get money from your family or your friends who believe in your product and supports you to grow your product. It's the simplest way. Second one is angel investor. What's an angel investor? An angel investor, also known as private investor, seed investor, or angel funder, is high net worth individual provides financial backing for small startups or entrepreneurs, typically in exchange for ownership equity in the company. They also will be your board advisor, helps to raise another money from different VCs or accelerator. And I have to be carefully before finding angel investor. You have to pay attention. How many you have to pay attention, and how many startup this investor invested until today? How many of this startup made exit or get additional funding after first investment? And this investor have great network or not? And how to find investor? First, you have to know which fields your startup is based on, and then you can find your angel by identifying the keywords that best describe your target. For example, angel SaaS in London, in MENA, in by area, and something like that. But you are lucky. I am gonna give you some tips and tricks how we can find angel investor for us without spending any time via LinkedIn. Please share the example. Fortunately, Google provide great algorithm for you. By using this algorithm, a site www.linkedin.com/angel, your angel investor, type of investor, and which region and which field your startup in. And in this way, Google show more than maybe 500 investor or 400 investor you can find in this way. And another example is here. And investor, for example, angel investor in San Francisco. Okay, I have advice for you. You have to find your investor and then their email, and you have to spam them until you get any feedback or until your email will be unsubscribed. And just assuming that we find our investor LinkedIn profile, but we need their email addresses, maybe their number or Twitter account. How we find this email or number? There are two tools solve this problem: Lusha or Contact Out. By using Lusha or Contact Out, you can easily find. And let's give some test with Lusha or Contact Out. Right now, Tral will show you. Maybe.
Sako, can I show your email addresses to participant?
Mine? Sure. Yeah. Go
okay.
For it.
For example, for finding your investor email addresses or number, you just need to install Contact Out or Lusha to your extension, Google extension. And when you got the profile, the investor profile, you just need to click Contact Out icon, and it show you all information about your investor. But right now, I don't wanna click the find work email, because in this way, all information
I
will
can
be
tell you,
accurate.
you don't need.
yeah, I know, but it's work. You can do it. Yeah, that's one of the trick to find the emails, investor or people who you want to talk. Go ahead, Juna.
Okay,
Nice.
next slide, please. And finally, we find angel investor email, and we should send an email to them. For this point, I want to give some advice. Send to them some updated email like you've met them before, assuming that they already already know about your product. Now you have to send some updated email to them. Your email have to include your achievements, highlights, or some traction, and etc. And you have to be clear what they want from them, feedback or investment. And another way to raise fund is to apply accelerator or incubator. Incubators are more mentoring, and some of them give you money, a little amount of the money to build your MVP. They train you to pitch in front of your investors. They help you grow. They help you to grow your product. And accelerator give huge amount of money and mentoring session. Also, they help you to raise money after them. And how to find accelerator? Just Google it. For example, SaaS Startup Accelerator in the California, SaaS Startup Accelerator in the MENA region or Africa or Europe, and whatever you want. And I have great links, a great platform for you guys. You can use F6S platform, and you can find there thousands of accelerator. Also, you can filter them, and which accelerator are suitable for you, you can apply there. And that's all by me. If you have any question, I'd like to answer it.
We might take 5 minutes break, but I think we can skip it.
Okay.
How do you think, participants? Write down your opinion. Okay, one skip suggestion. I think, yeah, we can skip it.
Maybe we continue.
Can you please change the slide? Let's start from the base questions that I openly ask. First one is, what is the current runway and what are your future funding plans?
Okay, Gulnar.
Yes, Tural, please go ahead.
The questions. Actually, as you know, right now we have been accepted in the Startup Chile Accelerator program, and also we've been accepted in the Startup Wise Guys program in Europe, which is the biggest B2B enterprise accelerator in the Europe. And right now we have enough runway to build our product to scale and something like that. But for future funding plans, we have some seed funding plans to expand our businesses to Asia market, APAC market. But right now I can't give more detail about that, but we have some plans.
Actually, some opportunities in this region.
Yeah. We are talking to some investors, some accelerator, YCs.
MENA and APAC.
MENA and APAC region.
Okay, got it. Great one. What are the company's values?
From our side or generally?
Yes, for sure, side. From your as CTO and as a CEO also.
Actually, our value, I can say that our value is to help the remote teams to collaborate and communicate easily. Our core value is to create the environment, the visual environment where people can easily collaborate and communicate like as their physical office. They can talk with each other like just tapping someone on shoulder. They can ask a question easily. I think that's our core value about building our products and our company.
Okay. Third question is, what are the main qualities of successful startupper from your side?
Actually, there is, as you know, there's no any rules to say that who is the successful startupper. For example, some people say that I am a successful startupper. I got funding from the investor. Someone say that I made 1 million sales, something like that. But I think that the successful startupper is who has the plan, who had the vision, who want to change the world with their solution. I think that's the most main qualities for me and for our team.
How do you think, is it enough to have only strong desire, or person who should have also something beyond that?
Yeah, actually, you have to have a great team. You have to have great money. You have to have great chance in the market. But I think that from the beginning, you have to vision. You have to have how to say. You have to have your big plans to change people mindset. I say that. But after that, of course, you have to create your team. You have to have your great experienced team, something like that.
Okay. Next question is how can I determine whether I'm capable of starting a business or not? I think that's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one, and it's an interesting question. How do I determine? Yeah, actually, I think that there's no any secret, or there is no any secret sauce. I think that to measure if I am capable to start the business, the main things you have to solve the problem, and you have to experience this problem, and you have to enough resource to solve this problem. I think that it is main qualities or capable, because it's not about your subject, it's not about your university degree, it's not about your working experience, it's all about your solving skill. I say that how you can solve this problem, which way you have to solve this problem. I think that
it's something just like intersection between creativity and problem solving, maybe.
Yeah.
Got it. We have also 2 questions in the chat. First question is from Zaur Hasanov. He asks, did you really find investment like this way?
And actually, right now, as I mentioned before, we got investment from accelerator. We don't got investment from angel investor, because right now we, for our strategic point, we're trying to build partnering with accelerator and incubator. That's why we are focusing on get money from the accelerator, because they have a lot of startup and where we can promote our product among them. Yeah, that's why we don't focus on to get money from angel investor, but sometimes we use this type of tricks to get their email addresses, to write the updated email, something like that. But actually we got accepted into accelerator. We don't use this trick, but for getting accepted, we also use some tricks. For example, I can give some example. For example, before applying Startup Chile, we found some portfolio companies and we start to talk with them. What is the main vision of Startup Chile? What's the main qualities they are focusing on the startup, something like that. And then we create some application form and we got accepted.
Okay, I get your point. I think it's time for Seko to bombard.
Yeah, let's start. So I think I will start with basic more. So I think because I'm talking also some folks who are reaching, and I see one of the main problems, they're struggling to find the CTO, like hiring the team co-founder. I just curious how you guys came together and how you found that you can work together and make it happen. Yeah, and then what the skills from each side you were looking for when looking for co-founder. That's one of the most wanted people, that because we usually get asked as a Go community to help them on that. So
Actually, we have known each other for almost 5 years. We built 3 other startups before with Gulnar. We met in the International Startup Hackathon program. And then we decided to why we came together and build some startup and with together. And Gulnar, for example, in our previous startup, Vasco, Gulnar was our Chief Business Development Officer, and I am responsible for building product, writing some code, and also I am doing some CEO's work, but not really. I'm writing some code and I am developing product design, product workflow, something like that. But building the startup, I think that the teams include people who have the business skill and also who have to programming skill or software skill, something like the coding skill. I say that because this combination it's work very well. And in the beginning of your journey, you haven't spent a lot of money to build some product. That's why we give some tips about that. You have to create the fake product phase where you don't need to spend a lot of money. But if you have the people on your team which related to the tech side, you easily write code, you easily publish your MVP, and you can easily test it with your potential customer or enterprises, something like that. That's why I think that there is a main point that you have to business people and technical people in your team. It will be 2 people maybe, but this at least 2 people you have to get on your team.
I see. And how big is the team right now?
Right now we are the 5 people.
5 people. And how about now you get co-founders, and how you were able to hire the rest of the team?
We are 3 co-founders, Gulnar, me, and other one is our technical co-founder. We have the other technical co-founder, and we hire people which we worked before on our other startup. We know their work, their jobs. That's the reason.
I see.
Yeah.
And let's say now you have the great team, and as the next thing about the customer, how you acquire, in especially early day when the brand is not out there and you have limited budget and all this stuff. So how you were acquiring the customer? Were you looking for quantity, like I'm gonna reach to 500 people and I will get probably 5 returns and I will go, or you were saying, okay, I'm gonna focus on these 5 key customer, I will put all the resources and just make sure we can get these 5? So
actually, that's a great question and painful point for all startups to find the customer, to find the user. In the starting, we are focusing on building partnering with a place where we can find a lot of customers. For example, the accelerator and incubator is a very best and very great place for us to find this type of teams, because as you know, startup teams are hyper collaborative teams. They need to work, they need to share their ideas, they need to do brainstorming in every day, and they use collaboration tool. And we saw that we can promote our product in the accelerator and incubator. We build the partnership, we offer the perks for them, and they promote our product for their startup. It's like inbuilt growing strategy. And also for finding the companies, we use some algorithms. We have a special algorithm which find the remote companies around the internet. We found this type of company, we found their email addresses, and we sent spam emails to them and someone to get back to us. But this retention rate is almost 4%, something like that. But we got more customer from the accelerator and incubator. And also we have some partnering with co-worker center because they have a lot of freelancers, they have a lot of programmers, something like that.
Also, we are trying to be partner with remote workplaces where remote workers can easily find job and remote companies can hire them.
Yeah,
also, we'll launch our product on different startup community, like as Angel Call, Product Hunt, Beta Page, and Startup Galaxy and some this type community, you know, there are so many people, and we can find here our early adopter. Maybe we can find there our investor. I want to give one example. After launching our product on Product Hunt, we got great partnership opportunity with different huge company. For example, Absumo. After launching our product on Product Hunt, we got partnership opportunity with Absumo. On July, our product will be launched on their website.
Absumo is a place where you can sell your product without one
like marketplace.
Yeah, market.
Yes.
It's like marketplace. You can sell your product lifetime deal.
People get your product with huge discount, or you get some lifetime deal.
Awesome. And so what's the current feedback from the using customer? How they evaluate, and are they feeling confident to move more, or they are asking that we need ABC in order to grow with the product? What's the current customer insight?
Actually, every week we talk with our customer. We send some survey about our product, about our feature, and we have some product development roadmap, and we collect every feedback to our backlog and we review that. Right now, the people love our product. They use our one-on-one calls. They use our screen sharing, remote controlling feature, and also our rooms for socializing. And for next step, we have to add some more integration for the tech people, for the designer, for the marketing people. They ask for a lot of additional integration for us. And also we're gonna launch our product on different marketplaces. For example, Slack marketplace, Asana marketplace. That is our new goals for next month, or maybe next 2 months.
And I think, you brought a good point. So you are collecting feedback on all this stuff. So what do you recommend, any product to track these interactions with the customer? And then if there is any future request and so on, and then you can pick it up and adding to the roadmap, or there is in advance, you have solid roadmap that you are executing?
For example, there are the canny.io. It's the good place where you can collect all feedback from your customer. You can track. Some people also give the upvote about the feedback. That's a very cool place to collect feedback. But right now we use our own dashboard where we collect the feedback, we measure feedback, and we collect this type of feedback, and we create the Trello board, for example, progress, done, something like that. But Canny is the best place, but I think that it is we don't want to pay money right now for Canny. We use our own dashboard to collect the feedback from the users, but Canny is the best place who have the money.
Can I ask a question? Hey,
sure, well, actually,
hey. Go ahead.
I still feel bad, Ral. I think we were talking last time that I supposed to send you the links. That's a perfect place. I think all this stuff, what I supposed to send you, you definitely should benefit from that. Thanks
Actually, no, thank you for organizing this kind of event. I wanted to ask Gulnar Tural about the testing phase, how you actually tested your hypothesis. What was the feedback? Maybe you can, open up more about this testing process. Idea is actually obvious. Everybody is in remote. They need to communicate. They need to share screen. So that's a great idea. But maybe you can talk about the feedback you got from testing phase.
First of all, I have to say that we built WTeam while we working on our private startup Vasco, because while we working on Vasco, we are located different places. For example, Gulnar were located in the USA, I were located in Bahrain, and some of our operation team are located in Azerbaijan. We use the bunch of tools like Zoom, Slack, Discord, Telegram, and etc. But we hated the frictional of them. Because we can't talk each other easily. And in those time, we decided to build some internal platform where we can see the people names. And when we click the people names, our conversation will start automatically. We use Slack, and Slack has the one-on-one call feature, but Slack lacks availability or presence about the for example, green dot only show that that person has been online 30 minutes before. And we decided to build internal platform where we communicate.
Sorry, Tural, if I may interrupt, I actually asked about the testing. The Gulnar presented that you had some ideas and you wanted to test your hypothesis, get feedback from family and friends first. I just wanted to understand how you kind of designed this test and what was the feedback, if you then change something and decide on the MVP.
Yeah, actually, I'm coming here. We built this type of internal, but when COVID entered our life, we saw that we are not alone. There are 60% of remote workers struggling with the same problem. We did some research about the remote work challenges, how people communicate during the COVID, something like that. And we decided to build WTeam for everyone. First thing we create the XT design where we collect our all idea. For example, where we click, where our video conferencing will start, how our screen sharing will look like, something like that. We collect all our idea into XT design. Then we create a prototype video. For example, if I click here, the video will start here. If I click the screen share, our screen share will be appear here. And then we start to find remote worker on the net. For example, we also talked with the Sako, because as you know, Sako was remotely in different company. And also we found a lot of people who worked in different remote companies. We don't talk with our friends because in Azerbaijan, our friends working in their office, and their feedback in those times, their feedback is not valuable for us because they don't know what is the remote working and how can they work together. We find the people on the net who work remotely, and we send our video presentation to them to collect their feedback. And we got a lot of obvious feedback because they say that you have to change your UI UX. They have a lot of steps. You have to decrease the steps. And also, then we collect this feedback. We create MVP model. And for MVP model, we sent this MVP product to limited people on the net, and they start to use our product. And they say that your video quality is very bad, your screen sharing is sometimes stop, your cursor sharing is not appear on my screen, something like that. And we collect all this data, and eventually WTeam was born. I can't hear. I can hear.
You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So it was helpful. I got my the answer I was looking for. And for the initial feedback that you found on the remote teams on the internet, did you offer some, I don't know, coupons? How actually they kind of provided the feedback to you? Was it like just like a friendly favor they did to you, or they were interested that they will use the product?
That's a great point. For example, in the beginning, you can offer some, for example, discount. You can offer some things for your potential customer, but in our side, we didn't offer anything to our remote worker, for example, who we interviewed. We just ask kindly feedback. We just ask how you manage your remote teams during the pandemic, how you manage your teams during the working on the remote, something like that. We don't promote anything.
Okay, good. No, actually, it was also a good point to reach out to Sako. I think everyone asking Sako about the some direction in the beginning, and maybe in between. He's like godfather, right?
Guys, I think the word I hear from WTeam, I tell you what it is. So I think I kind of, but
yes,
that's the thing. We want to more engage the community channel. Just feel free to share. I don't think that's just don't afraid to steal idea. Just get more perspective. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I also followed Gulnar and Tural on LinkedIn and saw what they're doing as in the beginning stage of growing startup. We are in the beginning stage of ideation, but I will follow Sako's advice. I will consider you as my friends and want to maybe reach out and set up a quick call with you afterwards, just to get the feedback on our idea. It's a totally different tool that we are working on, and as I'm in sales, I can give some advice on go-to-market strategy or how you can reach out to your customers. So we can do that.
Cool.
Okay, go.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
May I ask one
Thank
thing?
you.
Yeah, and I think I also using one social network. I think I also mentioned that when first time we met with Tural Gulnar, I wasn't convinced that these guys are will be able, because it was quite like trying, because I mean they described it was in kind of some picture. And I was, but within that short time, I think that's a kind of dedication and right motivation, and that these folks made it. And just it's quite impressive within the amount of time. The second time they reached me, I was convinced that time, but and it was a short time, like between the first and second reach.
No, it was good feedback we also got from you, but we are progressing a little bit slowly as we are looking also for a technical co-founder, but we progress a lot. We want to just like prepare something based on your advice as well. Then maybe we can have a quick call with you as well. Just
I think don't push too much first now. I think because it's your first time, because as Tural and Gulnar, they mentioned they failed 3 times, like 2 times. So I think that's also slightly make them different. They already learned from the mistakes. So it's your first time. Just make sure get things take enough time, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Tural, I think I have another question. I think that's again the question I am asking. Probably that most of the folks are reaching, that you are talking in some level of investors and so on. I think what's the main thing that the investors are looking for, and in your case and in general when you speak?
Actually, some people say that the investors are looking for a product, but I don't agree with that, because product is the physical things, and the investor look like the vision. They look like for team who execute the idea, because the investor know that if you fail this product, but you will be able to build another product with your vision, with your passion, motivation, something like that. And the investor look for the team potential. I think that not only about the product. They look for the product potential, the market size, something like that. But the main things and important thing is the team. The investor look for team capacity, the potential, something like that.
The investor believes great teams, great product.
Yeah.
You will be first great.
Because everyone can build the product. Every software engineer can build a product, but the main thing is that you fast to scale your product, to find a lot of user, sell your product, something like that.
You can sell your product, first your idea and your vision to other people, and you have to help to build your product.
Awesome. I think that's bring the following and probably the last question regarding the product, because we talked about team, investor, customer, which kind of key shareholders, and now it's coming to product. So when building the product, do you have dedicated product manager for that, or it come up with the customer meetings and with research, and then you decide, okay, now we're gonna build that feature?
Actually, in the beginning, we are only three people: me, Gulnar, and Tural Mehdi. Tural Mehdi is here.
Yeah.
He is our co-founder. We are just three people. We made a lot of research and development. We made a lot of research on the net. We did research about our competitor, how they built their product, which feature they add, and we talk with our customer. We talk our potential user. We didn't have any product manager.
Okay.
In the beginning.
And then how you go execute? Do you have like fixed releases for the product development cycle, or it's some feature, or it's just more best effort?
Actually, we have some product development roadmap, and every month we add some new feature and we publish this feature, and our user get this updated version. And we are trying to listen our user and our customers, their feedback, their thought about our application. We didn't write code on ourselves. We listen our user, and then we collect all data, and then we add some functionality, something like that.
Awesome. I think
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done. Thank you.
How do you think what will happen with your product after the pandemic? Because now, as I know, the demand is very high. But what will happen afterwards?
Super. Excellent. But I have to say that we didn't build this product for only COVID, during the pandemic. We are focusing on remote worker. There are 50 million remote workers in the world, and this number is growing very fast. For example, every year this number growing 33%, and it will reach 255 million by 2023. The remote working is the hype, and it was growing very fast. We are not focusing on the people who are working during the pandemic. For example, in Azerbaijan, the workspace are closed and people working on the home, but when workspace are open, people got their offices. We are not focusing on this type of people. We are focusing on people who are working fully remote or fully distributive or fully hybrid distributive. Yeah, we didn't focus on people who just work on remotely only during the pandemic.
But how do you consider to expand? For example, after the pandemic, all the people will return to their offices and etc. And for sure, naturally, the revenue will fall down.
Actually, before the COVID, people have already working from home. It's not a new thing for people, but COVID accelerate this market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and COVID helped us to promote our product on the market. It's not help us to find new customer. It's help us to promote our product between the new user. But as I mentioned before, we are focusing on people who have already working remotely. And also some big companies like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, that allows people to work from home, for example, last 3 years. Yeah, next 3 years. There is also have an opportunity, and the company saw that the working remotely give a lot of advantage to company, to employee, and we think that there are a lot of chances for us.
But in which ways would you like to expand? maybe some characteristics which are highly demanded or you want to include to your business, or maybe just a secret?
Actually, right now we are working with small teams, small remote working teams, but our main customer type is enterprises who have a lot of the worker who have multiple offices around the world, and is our main targeted customer. But right now we are not ready to talk with them. Right now we are focusing on the small startup teams, and then we can go for the enterprises who
Got it.
work remotely or distributed.
Good luck with that.
Thanks so much.
Maybe someone has a question. You may write in the chat below or simply turn on your cameras.
Yeah, I think if we don't have other question, we can go and conclude. And in case you guys should feel free to reach Tural and Gulnar over Slack, LinkedIn, the way you want, and they're always open and happy to demo your product or give their advices.
Yeah, you can also visit their website. We have right it there in the wrap-up section, and feel free. You can also connect them, as Taco says, in LinkedIn, or simply visit the site and see how it works from demo.
I never seen this Tural Mehdi. I don't know if you want to Tural Mehdi. He's your team member, yeah? He kind of in the background, like
Yeah,
guy,
he is a programmer. He only wants to write code on black screen. He
Nice,
don't want to
nice.
show
Yeah, I
it's
also
nice.
saw that you are both only two of you. It's not three.
Yeah, that's amazing. At least, yeah, it's nice to meet you, and wish you guys luck. Thanks so much for stepping by and taking time. I know the time is really critical in your stage at this point. Thank you for taking time and sharing your experiences. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for inviting us to this event. I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Nurlana. Thank you, Rasim.
Thank you. See you.
See you.
Thank
See
you.
you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.